Hey guys, this is Miss G. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a little update on this week and the tasks going on. So I'm going to go in here into content. Probably by the time you're seeing this, I will have the Monday announcement up. But we are in week 6, and you kind of have a lot going on this week. So I did want to come on here and, like I said, make this video, kind of touch base on everything. Last week we shifted away from poetry and into literary elements, analysis, and the short story. This week we have the short story Sweat, which is much shorter than recitative. And then you have the week 6 discussion, the sweat questions. But what I really wanted to discuss was the literary analysis project. So if you look here, I know a handful of you guys came in late last class. So I just wanted to make sure I touched on this before the week starts, and that those of you who want to get a head start can. But you have read Sweat and Recitative at this point. Well, at least by Wednesday, you'll have read Sweat, and we'll discuss the text in class, literary elements, literary devices, themes, deeper implications of the story. So for this, you are picking one of the two, so either Sweat or Recitative, not both. And then you are to craft a presentation that displays a sophisticated literary analysis of that story. So you should be addressing important elements of literary analysis, using visuals and other creative components to enhance your presentation. So again, we've talked a lot about literary elements and devices we've practiced analyzing, right? We talk about how those elements work together to create a deeper meaning, the deeper implications of that story. So your readers, who you hope to persuade to read the text and educate us, that's your audience. And then your formatting. This is a creative presentation, so it can be either a PowerPoint, Sway, Prezi, video, YouTube link, or any other multimedia tool. Again, just remember, it is on you to make sure that you are able to submit it and it goes through. I think, as we saw with the last project, that if you do have some hiccups, obviously I will work with you as much as I can to help polish out that submission process. It should be about 3 to 7 minutes in length. It should be MLA format. You should make sure you're citing all the sources. You really should not need any outside sources. So I do want to remind you guys that I run these through Turnitin.com. So anything that you do cite does flag on Turnitin. So you just want to make sure that you're really careful not to copy and paste anything from another source or borrow ideas. But if you do, you want to make sure you cite that source. I know these are both challenging texts, especially recitative. So if you do use some sources, especially with recitative, you guys just completed the critical, using those criticism pieces. So if you want to reference one of those to help with your analysis project, by all means, go ahead, but just make sure you cite your sources. You should be using creative images to help support your analysis, and you should be including direct quotes from the text. Here is the grading breakdown. So I know I had a lot of questions after the Song as a Poetry project, so I do want to just emphasize that this is the grading breakdown. So if you're missing components from this grading breakdown, you will see that those points are taken off of your project. I include the grading breakdown on almost every single assignment. So please make sure you're checking this, reading the full assignments before obviously I welcome you guys to shoot me an email if you have any issues. I'm here to help. I'm happy to answer questions, but you should be looking at this as well. So let me go back. Let's just take a peek at our week 6 discussion so you guys can get a head start on this. So critics who have studied Twyla and Roberta often argue the two women are a form of sisters. What function does sisterhood have in recitative? Or brotherhood, for that matter? Do the relationship of sisters possibly function? How does the relationships of sisters function in the text? Do you agree they're sisters? Why would Morrison structure Twyla and Roberta's relationship this way? So we're looking at sisterhood and kind of questioning that relationship between Twyla and Roberta. Specifically in Act 3, they're called sisters. So let's go back in to We have the SWET questions, which I am not going to go over in this video, but I will pull up in class on Wednesday, and then we will start film analysis next week, in week 7, and we probably will need to start a little bit of the Great Gatsby film this week, just because it is a very long film. But you do probably want to make sure that you have access to that film. You can rent it for $4 on Amazon. We will be watching it in class. But if you miss class or you want to review it, you will need to rent it yourself. Obviously, maybe you have some underground way to watch it. That's great too, or YouTube. So just keep in mind that you have the Gatsby Film Project in 3 weeks, the Gatsby Legacy activity in 2 weeks. So just keep this in mind, and then you don't have any guided questions for the Great Gatsby. So anyways, have a great week. I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. I just wanted to come on here and give this video announcement just so you can get a head start on the literary analysis project. Otherwise, have a great couple of days, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.